a little bit, but I think it's just natural. You know, it's in the back of everybody's mind. We all remember it. Those of us who were here last year, so that's there's not a ton that needs to be said. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, that was by far the worst loss that I've been a part of here at Kansas, and you know that rarely happens, and so I think it's something that, you know, it sucks and whatnot, but it's awesome that we get to play them again this year and again the next year. It's not like, you know, that was a one-time deal. We get to play them again, and I know it's not the same team, but it's still, you know, it's still Kentucky. So yeah, I think it's the first time that's ever happened since I've been here. So it's the first for me, and I'm sure it's the first for most of the guys on the team. And it's interesting and it's fun because you can, you know, go out there, take a break from conference, and play, you know, a team that I know everybody's looking forward to the matchup, and it'll be a nice little way to hopefully, you know, go out there, handle business, get some confidence back, and go into conference play again. So that's awesome. I mean, I think it's the perfect timing, perfect place to play at. I think it couldn't come at a better time, and I think it will really help us out, and to have the crowd behind us is great. You know, it kind of, it gets our focus a little bit off the league race and whatnot. We can go out there and just play. And being at home always helps. A game at home always helps. And a game against a good team, you know, is always fun. I know everybody will be ready to play. And, you know, a good win against a storied, you know, program like that can always help confidence. No, we're not. And we talked about it because, you know, a lot of people, we don't want anybody's, you know, in the back of their head to think of last year and think that it's the same team out there. I mean, they lost a lot of their shot blockers. They still got some bigs, you know, who are big and can block shots, but it's not quite the length that they had. And so we're going to just, you know, go back and go right back at them. And I think that, you know, there's some things we got to adjust, but we're not thinking about last year's team or game at all when it comes to that. I think the whole team does, and we've talked about it many times. We've had a lot of team meetings. We've talked to Coach about it a lot. The reason behind that, I'm not sure, and I think that the energy, we come out to games, and it seems like we have energy and we're ready to play. It's something that I don't know if you would say mental fatigue or whatnot, but we really got to just get excited to play again, you know, and we have been, and I think that there's just another level we can take it to as a group, and once one person kind of does it, I think everybody will kind of feed off of it and whatnot, and I think that the excitement that's created around this game can only help towards that, because we need to kind of, you know, rejuvenate our energy and get back out there and, you know, have fun playing, and so this game will help from the hype around it, and I think that everybody's realizing now that if there's a time to change it, it would be, you know, sooner better than later. You know, it's just something that I focus on. You know, I enjoy rebounding. For most people, you know, scoring is the thing that they enjoy the most. I like to rebound a lot. But, you know, it's something that he just was looking for from me, and so I went out there, and I've been trying to focus on that and get as many as I can in the minutes that I'm out there. There's obviously a lot of other things I can improve on, but that's definitely something that just comes natural to me, and I try to do as, you know, best as possible while I'm out there. It has, and I think the best thing that can happen from here is you can only, you know, you can grow from that. You know, first you make it simple, and then once you get those things down, it's like, okay, now we got this, let's, you know, move on and grow from that. And so it's great, you know, it's, I think that I'm in practice getting more comfortable with my teammates, they're getting more comfortable with me, and we can build off of, you know, I can continue to do the things he's asking, you know, from me, and grow in my role. So, you know, it's something that we've talked about to each other as a team, because we know what each other does, you know, off the court, and Coach doesn't really see all that, but we know how we eat and we sleep, and we know we got to change that, and we're trying to hold each other accountable, because we know that this is, you know, we're talking about a chance to win another Big 12 title and a national championship this year, and that's bigger than any kind of, you know, staying up a couple hours later eating, you know, food that's not good for you. And another person who's great in helping us with that is Hootie, and she's been talking to us a lot about it. She's been through a lot. She's been on a lot of national championship teams. She knows what it takes. So hearing, you know, it come from her also is very helpful. So we're trying to do whatever we can to switch it up because we know something needs to be changed and we can't continue to do what we've been doing. It is on us, and so it can't be, you know, exactly just, you know, coaches and stuff saying it. It has to be each other, you know, teammates holding each other accountable for it. And I think that we're coming together and we're really starting to do that. I'm not sure. We got a good amount of break afterwards, so, you know, our bodies, it's probably, I would say for myself, I can't really speak on other people, it's about the same as it usually is around this time of the season, so I don't know how much effect that would have on it. You know, around this time, we really just focus on, in the weight room and practice, just, you know, getting our legs under us, and it's more the mental part of it, being focused in practice and stuff, so, you know, I don't know if that really has a lot to do with it. Maybe mentally we've been going at it for so long, but our bodies, I think we've had enough time, and they're doing a great job between Hootie and Coach understanding what we need to be fresh. So I'm not sure how much that comes into play.